All right, so we are going to convene the Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023 Marketing Committee meeting. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. We do have the flags right there, and then one over here.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Okay, we have the adoption of the agenda. And then do we have does anybody make a motion to approve the April 4th, 2023 Marketing Committee meeting minutes?
Should we do a roll call?
Sorry. Anybody make a motion to adopt the agenda for today? Oh,
So-
roll call. Yeah, sorry. Roll call. Alex Edrick.
Alex Hanna.
Ellen Winkler?
Carmel Monfiletto.
Okay.
Bill Zoll, town manager.
All right.
Do we have anyone calling in?
Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda for tonight?
I'll make a motion.
I second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Do we have a motion for the approval of the April 4th, 2023 Marketing Committee meeting minutes?
Make a motion to approve them.
Anyone second?
I'll second it.
Everyone approve, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so the first item on the agenda is discuss and possibly vote to recommend to the town commissioner's suggestion for a town tagline. So Commissioner Bauer, do you want to give us a little bit of a backstory of the Friday meeting and what happened and what our new direction is?
Yeah, well, Mr. Bauer, Anchor Way, I have to state my address, right? So let's see here, is when we talked about this at the last meeting, the recommendations are good, but Kate and I had gone through what were the most words that came in on this 1,650 submissions. So in part of that discussion, we said, is there a way to incorporate what all 1,650 people said? Can we incorporate those words? Did any of those meet most of that category, if not all of that category? Was there any one that, so we used this top 12, I think, right? The first one came back in, it was beach. Well, did we beat something? Okay, I'm surprised it wasn't 1,650, but it was like 700 and some. So, Kate, do you have the list handy? What the words were? I have them here.
I have it here as well if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's read them off,
Okay,
just
so-
for the record.
So beach was with 706, fun was with 163, life was with 125, and these are the frequency that it came up with. Then you have sun with 73, you have bay with 58, mile with 51, memories with 49, best with 41, good with 40, summer with 40, ocean with 35, sand with 33, and love with 29.
I think those are all good keywords, right? And I think if you look at it from like what made a way of life popular, right? People like that. Was it the word a? Nah, we can skip that and get rid of too. So it was either way or life. If there's something, one of those words or both of those words really resonated with people. So that's probably why we've used it for so many years. And we may end up, that may be the selection in our next meeting. I don't know. But, you know, if we go through those submissions, and I'm hoping everybody already did, was there 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 of them that really met those words, right? So when I use the word beach and I use the word bay and I use the word, you know, what were some of the other ones?
Fun.
You know,
Fun is one.
right. I mean, so if you look at the cross section of our demographics, there's people that come down here and are family oriented and never go out and enjoy any nightlife. So you don't want to identify as just a nightlife town. Vice versa. If you identify as a nightlife town, then what did you say to all the people in their families that don't, you know, that don't participate in that part of it? So how do you encompass those? You know, those, what would you call that? Those would be your core values, I guess, right? What would you put your values that, so the word fun, I could see why that came up a lot, because you can have fun if you're family or you're partying, you're on a boat, you're on the beach, you're on the bay, you're wherever. So I think fun was a good one that brought a lot of those words in, or those things in as well. So the last recommendation we made Let me go back to my notes here. Or the 5, do you have those handy?
The ones that we recommended?
Yeah, we
what's
had a
your
list of 10.
10, was it? Okay.
Off the top of my head, I know some were Paradise Mile.
Mild sun and fun.
Yeah, thank you, Kate. That'd be
We could put
great.
them up on the screen for everybody to see. So in a tagline, does the word mile, does that, if I just use that word, does that resonate with anybody?
I think it depends on how it's used, right?
So, but that word alone, right, just like a way of life, a way in life, well, life is a popular word, we all want to live,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and the way that you live, I guess, is how that sort of went together, right? So your point there, yeah, you're correct. I mean, those two words go together well. So, yep.
Do we want to,
Yeah, so I'll read them off. So obviously we had A Way of Life, A Town Like No Other, Paradise Mile, Sun, Sand, Surf, Memories, Spirit of Summer, Living Life Together, Where Fun Meets Sun, Biggest Little Seaside Town, and Mile of Memories.
and Kate, is the number next to it, is that the number where it falls in the Excel spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then some obviously were variants of, it seems, like Living Life Together, it was a submission, but we maybe tweaked it a little. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what as commissioners we're looking for is take one last look at this and say, which ones do you like the best? Let's relook at it again based on, because we didn't look at these numbers before, right?
Yeah.
This is new information. So if we take that into account, can we look at it one last time? And if everybody could maybe recommend, well, it's four people here, so you have to be present to make the recommendation. So can we come up with, everybody comes up with 3, that would give us 12 choices?
Yeah, and Paul, we could also play off some of these words too, right?
Right. It doesn't have to be a submission. I mean, the submission is for the tagline. That would be who's going to end up winning the parking pass.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really care if we give away more than 3. I mean, if it's going to be some recognition of a good submission, we don't, if
Yeah,
it happens to be
exactly.
4, okay. We're not going to lose sleep over it, sorry.
Yeah.
That's $1,000.
They're not all parking passes.
He said it, not me.
You might get a dog tag out of it. I don't know, it's something.
What kind if we just tweaked our way of life, or a way of life, our way of life, the way of life? Do you really think we'd have a problem with the Wilsons if we did that?
We may, I mean, if you look at the Woody side, it says a way of life management company.
Yeah, they tend to.
They advertise it.
He made it clear that they protect the tagline.
Yeah.
And so by changing the word, there have been cases where it just doesn't work. Because if you're trying to go close to get around the actual trademark,
Yeah.
they can catch you for that.
Yeah, and
I
I
think they would really do that.
I think they probably would, considering the fact that if there's an issue of us just adopting it and, we have written consent, us now trying to work around that
Right.
that would obviously provoke ire.
Okay.
So I don't,
Yeah, and
And
the Wilson
One
family
last
also
shot.
provided a
He's done it
contract to
before,
us.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he did say
Yeah.
they protected it, so that makes me think they would definitely.
Right, that's why you trademark it.
Yeah.
And then, if you get into it, I mean, who wants to go through a court battle?
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I think, Paul, you make a great point, kind of getting to the heart of what made A Way of Life resonate so much with, the residents that were having the conversation still. And so I invite all the members of the committee to think about that when they're choosing that. And what I find for A Way of Life to me is it means everything and nothing all at once, because it can mean something different to, as Paul, you were saying, it can mean something different to every single person. It speaks to the traditions of Dewey, and your traditions are different from everyone else's traditions. And so that's why I think it resonated so strongly with everyone. And so, like I said, I invite you all, when you're thinking about your submissions, to keep that in mind. What do you think resonates, not just with yourself, but what you think your neighbor and people down the street from you, so it speaks to everyone.
So what were those key words again? And may I borrow your pen?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can have another pen.
Want me to read it again?
Yeah, let's read them off again.
So you got beach, life, sun, bay, mile,
Can we do a
memories,
sort of the 1650 to find out, like,
best,
which ones had two or more of those words? I don't know if
Good.
that's possible. I know we did frequency, but
summer, ocean, sand, and yeah, well, I think we can take out a couple, one of the things that Paul mentioned was the mile. Is there things we can do around the mile?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and
I like the mile.
yeah, I think that is a really interesting aspect of Dewey that makes us so unique because we're not technically a mile, but we're close enough to it. But again, the whole idea is how many beach towns really can say that they're a mile long, and that affords so many unique opportunities. You park your car, you don't have to worry about it. Walking to the beach is easy. Rehoboth, it's not as easy. Lewis, et cetera, same thing. That is a very unique factor to Dewey.
How about a mile of fun and music?
Paul, you said you want how many
So-
from each?
If everybody could come up with three.
Three?
And that would give us a total of 12.
Yeah.
And then if you want to narrow that down,
Okay.
Kate's looking at, like, what's of those 1,650 submissions,
Yeah.
how many of them had, well, we know the main word, how many of them had two words in it? How many of them had three words in it?
Yeah.
Of the popular ones.
Yeah.
So I
So,
don't know if there's a way to separate that with commas and the
Yeah.
frequency search, but.
so obviously keep in mind the ones that we had chosen previously, but if there are some variations that you're thinking of that maybe we didn't discuss last meeting that you'd like to also submit, again, knowing that we're playing off someone else's tagline potentially,
Right.
we'll talk about that, but we would honor them with that award that they won if we do that. But, let's everyone take a few minutes, think about three for each, and then we'll discuss.
So is a way of life still in the running, or did we totally
recommend
nix
it,
that
yes.
for
I think-
whatever reason?
I think for this purpose right now, we should just view a way of life as not. We can obviously
I think
say
you
that.
should. I think you should include it. I think. that's
No, but I'm
tough.
saying I think it's more productive if each of us are suggesting three others.
Okay.
And then we can overall
So
suggest
put
way
in
of life.
13 altogether.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just throwing that number out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If
And
you
I-
gave us 13, and then maybe before we leave, we bring that down to 6, 5, something like that.
Yeah, and I do, there were reports that we had picked like a favorite of the selection, and we're just giving
Recommendation.
ideas, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to make that clear, because way of life is always an option, but that's definitely,
yeah,
we're not
it's,
ranking them.
yeah, exactly.
And it's possible too. I mean, the things that we're going to promote using this tagline, it's possible that we have more than one. Maybe, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
if you don't choose a way of life, I'm not saying people aren't going to say it anymore. Yeah, of course they're going to say it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
does it get used in any promotional stuff by the town?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a separate question.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's an official tagline and unofficial tagline, if that might be the case. Looking at and thinking of some of that, when, like, the word mile, so, like, I view Dewey as a low-rise community, right? Because besides that, we have short buildings. No one, what makes us different? Well, we have short buildings. What's that word? Is that quaint? Well, quaint's not really sound, quaint sounds like you're tiny, and I don't want to go to a tiny place. I want to
Yeah.
go, I want to go on vacation. I want to have fun, or I want to buy a house there because it's quaint. Well, that could be. I mean, so there's meanings for, these words have meanings to many different factors.
Yeah.
But the word mile might not, I mean, that's part of the description of it, but that doesn't describe the short buildings, the
Yeah.
close proximity. Like beach says, I like beaches. I like bays too.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah.
Like fishing. I mean, there's a lot that goes on that,
Yeah.
with that. So we're trying to be as inclusive as possible. I guess that's the key word.
And I would argue, beach, of course, came up 706 times, but that's in our name, right? And so a lot of times what we'll do is we'll have the tagline, and then we'll say Dewey Beach. So I think beach is absolutely covered.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of other words here. I mean, I don't know if we want to throw out some ideas. I mean, I've been thinking about it before.
Was there any other words that maybe didn't hit the top 12 that you think are good too? I mean, you're not restricted in any
Yeah.
way to any of these things. just from the commissioner standpoint, we really just want to take a relook at this,
Yeah.
looking at some of the data that we have
Yep.
and see what you think. You may come back with the same exact one.
Yeah.
And that's okay too, so.
We talked about paradise.
Paradise, okay, that's a positive word to
Yeah.
me. Who doesn't want to go to paradise, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we want to go.
You know, another one is I think about kind of the way of life. What does that mean? I mean, that means when like everywhere I go, people are friendly.
Yeah.
They're open, and it's almost like being a local, even if
Yeah.
you're not from here. So I spent 15 years visiting, occasionally, and it really grew my heart. So it's almost like being a local.
Yeah.
People who haven't been here in 20 years come back and they're like, I still love this place, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're a local. When you show up
Right.
day one, you're not refamiliarizing. There's not a
Yeah.
lot of change. It's the atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah, and for me, throughout this process, the one thing that I've thought about is obviously the family aspect. I've been coming since I was 11, and I love walking the streets because I have so many memories. Every avenue, I remember a different thing. But it's not just your traditional family, your nuclear family, it's the blended family. There are people that have been in shore houses for 20, 30 years that are still living in the same shore house with the same people, and they have their traditions too,
My old group house roommates, I'm still friends with every one of
Yeah,
them.
no, so it's like, it's all of these things. And again, that speaks to back to the way of life. It's different for everyone.
You can be whoever you want to be,
Yeah,
right?
so-
It's your way of life.
Family didn't come up in any of the key words though, did it?
On the
No.
top.
On the
No.
top 12.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any ideas they want to start throwing out? Anything that, again, that speaks to you from the list, anything that you may have thought of throughout this process?
Well, I mentioned local, so one of the things I've been playing with was like living like a local. So you're like living like a local.
Yeah.
You show up and you're here.
No, I
What'd you
like,
say, Paul?
Where everyone's a local.
Where everyone's a local, yeah.
no, I like that too, because we've talked about this in other meetings, but the idea of focusing on how we're a year-round community. And I think that speaks to that vibe too, where, there's reasons to come back over and over and over again, and it's not just summer.
Well, that's why I like memories too, because it's
Yeah.
not just summer,
Yeah,
right? Because we have stuff all year round
Yeah.
now that are becoming traditions.
Return to paradise.
I like that a lot. Yeah, Return to Paradise. I think, Carmel, we can even do one that talks with memories where it's the mile that lasts forever.
I like that.
Ooh.
And so,
I like that a
so
lot.
the idea is obviously you're playing on the mile being a small thing, but it lasts forever because your memories are always coming back. You always want to be there. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I like
I
that.
really like that.
yeah.
Really good. Really, really good. Women like that.
Yeah. So,
I
but
agree. I
But
agree.
again, like think of like what made you like that so much? What variations can you think of? What is it speaking to? And that's how I approach this, like the
Always,
sentiment. Yeah.
forever. I like that.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Forever that got me.
Yeah.
I like the simple, like you come down here, like it's simple, it's
Yeah.
relaxing, like a simple life. That's
Yeah.
when I started coming here. It was when I drove into town, I was,
Yeah.
like the only place I could relax.
Well, I mean, that in and of itself,
You take a deeper breath.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not on the horn, right,
Yeah.
or whatever. You're
A simple life, that in and of itself is a good one too.
Mhm.
I mean, it's variant enough where it has nothing really to do with the way of life. So a simple life, that speaks to.
Keywords.
Dewey Beach where you wait for the ducks to cross. A duck crossing. Well, it kind of
Thank
feels
you.
like we don't have all the other stressful things. Horns honking and all, well, I can't really say
Yeah.
that. But we wait for the ducks.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Well, one of the things that's interesting, I think the word summer, and we've talked about kind of the spirit of summer. One of the things I was playing with was the idea of year-round summer vibes.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's energy,
Yeah.
there's always something going on, it always feels like you're living in summer.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, as someone who's somewhat newly adopted to the year-round lifestyle here, I think that regardless of the time, there's just a certain energy that everyone in the town has. And I think that part is really unique. So I like that idea of playing up on that aspect.
And Paul, just so you know, one of the ones you were over there, but that Alex mentioned was the mile that lasts forever.
I really like that.
Yeah. How do you feel about, so when we think about family, when we think about what this place means, oftentimes as a kid, playground is the association of so much fun, so many memories, et cetera. But what about the idea of just saying this is like maybe Delaware's playground or the East Coast playground? Because that can speak to them for both the adult version of playground as well as the family version of playground.
Yeah, Delaware's favorite playground,
Yeah, yeah,
or the East Coast favorite playground.
yeah.
It's Delaware's playground, right? Like right there, it's simple and straightforward, Dewey Beach.
Alex, would you mind reading back so far some of the suggestions that we have?
This is what we have so far. Living like a local, where everyone is a local. Return to paradise, the mile that lasts forever. A simple life, year-round summer vibes, and Delaware's favorite playground, or East Coast
Yeah.
playground.
You say memory of miles or mile of memories?
That was one of the submissions.
One of the
Yeah.
original ones.
Yeah, yeah, that was on the list. I mean, yeah, you can add that as well. It's, it's different enough compared, but yeah,
Mile memories?
a mild memory. Yeah.
You vote from last time, but where summer comes for fun, slow down and stay for a mile, where the fun shines, coast into fun.
I like where the fun shines, because I think it speaks to, again, the beach. But again, the fun aspect could be to anyone, whatever fun is for you, laying out, reading a book, or, walking the streets and stopping into a
Plenty of
restaurant.
people sitting on the beach reading books
Yeah,
Yeah.
every day. I mean, people walk dogs on the beach every day.
yeah.
We don't have dogs in any of these.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we also don't, I mean, I think it's.
We can use the word happy.
Yeah.
Which I did vote
We had
for.
the word happy.
My favorite one is dog heaven, people like it too. But I don't think that
It's too restrictive.
Yeah.
There are people out there, hard to
Yeah.
believe, who don't like dogs, but there are people.
Those are cats.
Yeah.
I like cats too, I have a cat.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a cat.
Well, I went online today and was just Googling beach slogans, and none of these are copyrighted or trademarked, and
Yeah.
they said, we have no idea who wrote them. But two of them that I really liked was a destination dash a feeling, and the other one was, these are my top two. Life is simple, just add water. And, well, those were my two favorite.
Yeah.
And some of the others were like too much just summer, like sounds like summer to me.
Yeah.
Bare feet required. I thought that was cute.
I
but
like that. That's
Yeah.
cute.
I really like
that
the
could be a
first
bumper
two.
sticker or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could put just add memories or just, play with the other words, put something else in there. But I like a destination, a feeling, because that's still like a way of life.
A
like it's
destination
your-
of sun and fun,
Here's, I mean, it's a
to try to
personal
get some
opinion.
of these
Yeah.
keywords in.
The word memory is past tense, right? That's what was, not what is. And that's just something I think of when I see the word memory. So you're going to come here and create new memories.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that means you already had memories of other places too. So, can work and it can work for you and it can work against you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
These are all good, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no bad.
Yeah.
No bad suggestions you're going to make. So, do your best on this and we'll
Yeah.
see how the vote comes out in a couple of weeks.
Alex, how many do we have currently?
So we have some repetitive ones. Let me get rid of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You want me to read them out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. A mile of sun, fun, and music. Living like a local. Return to paradise. The mile that lasts forever. A simple life. Year-round summer vibes. Delaware's favorite playground, or East Coast playground. Mile of memories. Where the fun shines. Destination of feeling. And life is simple, just add water.
All right. Why don't we take another minute, let things marinate. If
So
anybody,
how many is that? 11?
that's 11, and then it would be 12 with the inclusion of A Way
Way
of
of
Life.
Life, and then I thought we were gonna do 13. So Sun and Fun
Yeah.
was number 1 and 3, I think. Those two
Oh, in terms of the,
keywords.
yeah, the keywords. Yeah.
Keywords, so that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
I mean, I would think
And
that
some
would
of
get
these
in
are
there somehow.
repetitive.
Yeah, did we get Sun and Fun Beach today?
We have it on here, I haven't heard it.
We had discussed that in the first round. Yeah, right? I thought we did.
So we
Or
don't
maybe-
like that one?
No, I'm not saying that we don't like it. I'm just saying I thought we had discussed that though, right?
We did.
Yeah, yeah.
We had, I didn't hear it in the recap.
Wait, did we discuss it today
Yeah,
or last time?
I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Beach today? Okay, sorry, Ellen.
Sun and Fun Beach to Bay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, Maria sent some suggestions, and although she's not here, she did email that. So if you want to consider some of her suggestions as
Do we
well.
have them?
You can suggest it. She can't suggest it since she's not here, but if you liked something she suggested, you can suggest it for her.
Yeah.
I don't think it's on email.
I saw that email for the last,
Yeah, for the last
for the
meeting.
last meeting, yeah.
So do you want to, if you want to read those, I think she had 5.
Yeah, I don't know that I still have that email, but I, yeah.
I don't.
I'm not seeing it.
Do you have it, Paul?
I do.
Sure.
You may have just sent it to myself and Paul.
Got it. They all start with Dewey Beach, where summer never ends. And then either starfish or crab or sun, living the dream. And I guess you wanted to use like a symbol with living the dream. Dewey Beach, little town, big heart. Dewey Beach, having fun since 1981. Dewey Beach, ocean to bay, seas to day, and seas, S-E-A-S.
Yeah. I like Little Town Big Heart.
Little Town Big Heart.
Yeah.
Small Town Big Heart, either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I had Small Town Big Heart.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
right there?
I don't care.
Yeah, I think you can.
I think that was on our last
Yeah.
submission too.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, it would make more sense just for like the binary small big, but
Yeah, I like it. Let's do small town.
yeah,
Small Town with a big heart.
yeah. So that is then technically 12 plus 13, then, right?
Now-
Since 81.
Make it 14. I mean, we're not
No,
restricted
I'm just,
anyway.
I'm assuming we're gonna narrow this down.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
But fun since 81 is kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's short. It's short to the point.
Fun since 1981.
I mean, that'll resonate with people.
No, the beauty is we're not gonna hit it for
Yeah.
a long time. There'll be a new tag.
Yeah.
But I mean,
We'll
it's
be
just,
back to a way of life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fun since
Listen, if we're
81.
meeting in 2080 to discuss the next tagline, then good on us.
Let's watch the meeting notes. Fun since 81. I mean, it's kind of, I mean.
It's short and to the point.
Yeah. So I would say for the playground, we should probably choose, is it East Coast Playground or Delaware's Playground? I like Delaware's
I like
Playground.
Delaware.
Yeah, because it makes it
Yeah.
very specific,
Sort
makes
of
it
makes
center
it-
of place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's that pride of ownership too, that, it's ours. You're coming here no matter what state you're coming from, you're still coming to Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware's really special, right? So
Yep.
that
I
reinforces.
mean, Rehoboth is doing that nations.
Yeah.
Playground. I'm like, hey, we're a nation. I mean, we're just
Nation
Delaware.
summer
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nation's not the capital. Sorry, Rehoboth. Sorry, Stan. I'll see you tomorrow. Still love you.
Okay, so we have two that I'm going through and just looking for things that are kind of similar. We have the Mile That Lasts Forever, which is really nice, but then we have a Mile, Sun, Fun, and Music, and we also have Sun and Fun, Beach to Bay. Are those two? I'm just looking where there's words that, I mean, we don't have to narrow it down. I mean, we could just get this whole list.
I think we just give the whole list because that gives
Well,
the
give the whole
commissioners.
list. Would you want to, if you had to eliminate one, if everybody could eliminate one, that would get it down to 10.
You want me to read it? The other thing we could do is we could each choose our favorite 5.
Right, how about that? We're at 14, so we can submit all 14. What the recommendation is, we narrowed it to 14. The committee felt these are the 14 best.
Yeah.
They like these 10 or 7 or 8,
Yeah.
whatever that number happens to come
All
down to,
right, so number them again. And then when you hear when you like,
Yeah.
write the number down.
Ooh, I love it.
Just
Yep.
submit.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me put a number down.
Makes it very efficient. I like
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
because I'm not gonna scribble the whole.
I agree.
No, I'm not at, no, absolutely not. We need 10.
We're each gonna pick our favorite 5.
Yeah.
Right?
And then from there, it'll,
And we got 14, not including way of life.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
yep.
A mile of sun, fun, and music. Living like a local. Return to paradise. The mile that lasts forever. And now we're number 5, which is, I should have done this. Okay, 1 is a mile of sun, fun, and music. Number 2 is living like a local. 3 is return to paradise. 4 is the mile that lasts forever. 5 is a simple life. 6 is year-round summer vibes. 7 is Delaware's playground. 8 is mile of memories. 9 is where the fun shines. 10 is destination, a feeling. 11, life is simple, just add water. 12, sun and fun, beach to bay. 13 is small town with a big heart. And 14 is fun shine since 81. Or fun, I'm sorry, fun since 81.
Having fun since 81, I think, was her.
Yeah.
No, but
But-
fun since 81 is so short.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine would be number 2, 3, 4.
Okay, wait one sec.
Sorry.
2, 3, 4.
6 and 7.
Okay. The rest, you want to go, Carmel?
I have 7.
You have 7 votes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I give you all 7? or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
4,
Okay, 4,
6,
6,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
13.
and 13. Okay. Ellen, you want to go?
Sure. Well, go ahead. You
Oh,
do
no,
it
I went
first.
ready. Yeah.
Go through
Okay.
yours.
So mile that lasts forever, so 4. Year-round summer vibes, 6. Where the fun shines, 9. Fun since 81. Oh, and Delaware's favorite playground, 2. Number 7.
Okay, so I'm going to say 1, 6, 7, and 12.
We actually have some clear winners here.
Now, we've got to throw a little wrench into this.
Okay.
Because we do have 1,650 submissions.
Yep.
Is these ones that were narrowed down to, were they any of the 1,650? I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to check that, Kate, so.
Yeah, we can confirm once we
Yeah.
well, once
Maybe
you
we can
all
sort it
decide.
alphabetically and
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
search
I
it
will
that
tell
way.
you, a couple of them are, but. I
Because
think
the
you
other
do
part of it
ones
is we want to
closest.
give
Yeah, we
people that
wanna-
submitted, we want to give them,
But don't
Absolutely.
you want to do the ones that are closest to it? So if there's the
right. If
flavor
it's not
of it-
exact, it was close enough.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
we'll
think,
make that decision.
and you all can decide, but 2 or 3, again, whatever you all choose.
Right.
If some were close, they
Right.
should be recognized for that.
And then also, we'll go back to the keywords.
Yeah.
Which ones fit these keywords the best?
All right, so Alex, what are some of the results?
Okay, so we got the mile that lasts forever, year-round summer vibes, Delaware's playground, and where the fun shines. Those are the ones that got more than 1 vote.
Okay. So, having said that, we can submit multiple ones. We have others that received votes. So why don't we just eliminate the ones that got 0 votes, and that's what we present, knowing that we have a list of, it seems, 4 or 5 that are clear-cut favorites, and then others that are still recommended.
I love that idea, except only 1 got 0 votes.
Oh.
So here's what we could do, is I say we get rid of the simple life, because that got 0.
Yeah.
And then we remove the ones that won, and
Oh,
we
I
go
like
through and
that
do it. What'd you say?
I like that one.
You
Should have voted for it.
I get to vote the next
At the important time. Yeah, you get the big vote.
Yeah.
So, but then my thought is maybe we do 2 more votes each. Do we want to do that?
That works.
Okay, can I have your pen, just Carmel, so I'm not the black one?
That pen.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go through the ones that are up for 2 votes, and I'll do
Okay,
numbers
so
again.
this is the second cut.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the second
Yeah.
cut.
And
Yeah,
Carvel, you
awesome.
only get 2 votes this
You only
time.
get
You
2
don't
votes.
get
Yeah,
9.
you don't get 13. I love that. That's marketing math. Okay, so here we go. Number 1 is A Mile of Fun, Sun, and Music. Number 2 is Living Like a Local. Number 3 is Return to Paradise. Number 8 is Miles of Memories. Number 10 is Destination of Feeling. Number 11 is Life is Simple, Just Add Water. Number 12 is Sun and Fun, Beach to Bay. 13 is Small Town with a Big Heart. And 14 is Fun Since 81.
I would say mine are 2 and 14.
2 and 14, okay.
Oh no, I lost my.
So I can do it again. A Mile of Fun, Sun and Music. Living Like a Local. I should say 1. Number 1 is A Mile of Sun, Fun and Music. Number 2 is Living Like a Local. Number 3 is Return to Paradise. Number 8 is Mile of Memories. Number 10 is Destination of Feeling. Number 11 is Life is Simple, Just Add Water. Number 12 is Sun and Fun, Beach to Bay. 13 is Small Town with a Big Heart. And number 14 is Sun Since 81.
Fun since 81.
Okay, so we got one other vote.
You said sun since 81.
No, Fun Since
Oh,
81.
all right.
Do you want to do Sun Since? I think
No,
Fun Since 81.
no, I misheard you.
Okay, fine. What's your other one?
What do you mean? What's my other
You
one?
get 2 votes.
Oh, 10 and 13.
Oh, so you're just correcting.
she was
it.
just
You weren't
correcting
actually
it.
Yeah.
choosing it. Okay,
Yeah.
fair
What was
enough.
13?
She wanted to make sure that the secretary was doing his job.
Yeah,
properly,
absolutely.
so-
I appreciate it. Yeah, keep me
What
on
was
my game.
13?
13 was Small Town with a Big Heart, or just Small Town, Big Heart to keep it short.
Alex, I heard this place was really fun before 81.
yeah, I heard that. But officially,
Yeah. Incorporated Fun Since 81.
yeah.
So what we doing, picking the 2 we like best?
Yeah.
8 and 12.
8 and okay. Mine is Living Like a Local, so 2 and Fun Since 81. So we've got who got 2? We got Fun Since 81 and Living Like a Local. Mild Memories is still 1. Destination of Feeling is 1. Sun, Fun, Beach to Bay is 1, and Small Town with a Big Heart is 1.
So if we add the ones that got 2 to the list of the ones that quote unquote won the previous round, how many are we at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I can't
Don't
believe
give us
Small
too much
Town
to
Big
think about.
Heart isn't already trademarked somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other part we got to do. So each of these,
Yeah.
it's going to get recommended. We're going to do a search. We didn't want to do trademark searches on 1600.
Yeah, exactly. So we have those 6 and then plus A Way of Life as
Right.
7.
I hate to ask this, do we want to make a recommendation on our, like, should we go with the first 2 that got 4? Like, should we note that?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
just so you guys know, the 2 that got.
Note the whole process.
Yeah.
Started, these are the 14, and then it came down to this, and
Okay, yeah, Way of Life.
Right.
But here's the 2 that got 4, which is pretty darn good. So you got The Mile That Lasts Forever and Year-Round Summer Vibes. So I would say those were,
Yeah.
I just want to make, because like there are no rankings except that unless someone wants to do something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we have a motion to recommend these taglines to the commissioners?
Well, let's just wait 1 minute.
Yep.
Some of these don't have any of these keywords in them, though.
Yeah, I think for me, and again, Paul, please, let me know if this is off base. To me, I think the sentiment of the keywords of what we were trying to capture, and like I said, for me, Way of Life, what that spoke to, I think these taglines speak to that kind of same sentiment. But again, if I'm wrong, I'm okay being
Well, I
wrong
don't-
with this. Yeah.
no, so when I present this at the next meeting, what I'll say is, when we left, we were talking about these keywords, this is what's recommended, and that'll be one of the questions,
Yeah.
saying, which ones of these had those, and I'll say this one, this one, that one, and the other
Yeah.
one. So it's okay you can recommend anything you want. You didn't have to recommend that. This is your committee. I mean, this is, this is up to you guys. And
Well, I think it's a really good point, Ellen. I think one of the things is like, the model that lasts forever alludes to memory.
Yeah.
That's the idea of something that you always remember. So I as I look at these,
put that in the write-up too.
Yeah.
Just say, memories was a key word, and we,
Yeah.
we think this encapsulates that. Or,
Yeah.
that
keep my
sort of
notes
speaks to it.
short though, Paul.
Put 'em in there, man. Give us a detail.
He's writing Ulysses as these
Yeah,
notes
yeah.
next.
We're not paying by the word here. Come on.
Yeah, I'll capture kind of the idea that we discussed it, and we felt like some of the words captured, and some don't, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's definitely something to note.
guys think.
Let's do it.
So motion to recommend these taglines to the commissioners.
One of us has to, so I make a motion to recommend these as discussed to the commissioners.
Does anybody second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And
Did you
then,
second it?
What?
Did you
Yes.
second it?
Yes.
Thank you.
and then next we have public comments. Kate, do we have anybody in the waiting room? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Before you adjourn, I just want to say thank you for doing this. And I think you guys and girls, you've both come up with some great suggestions, and hey, that's part, I hope you had fun doing it. That was
I love this stuff, so.
Right. I mean, it's good stuff to think about, and hopefully we're never going to do this again. So
Not until 2081, apparently, so.
we might be good till 2081, right?
We'll meet at the same time then.
Who's making the motion to adjourn? Just so I get my notes.
Motion to adjourn.
I did.
Okay.
Okay, and then who seconds?
I will.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.